A very good day to you. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. It's Monday, January 22nd. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run. When Empress Ambulance Service purchased Mobile Life Support Services last year, they told communities their predecessors served that it would now cost them cash up front. The city of Middletown has already committed to paying Empress $700,000 a year for service, and now Newburgh Mayor Torrance Harvey says his city has budgeted the same, although he would like to explore other means in the future.
I've been talking to Mayor Stefano from Middletown, figuring out what the overhead costs are to create our own ambulance EMS service within our fire department, so that it can actually become a profitable thing. But there's an initial investment, major investment capital that has to happen for that in terms of infrastructure.
The last member of the so-called Newburgh Four, who were each sentenced to 25 years in federal prison for allegedly plotting to shoot down military planes from the Stewart Air National Guard Base and bomb Jewish facilities in the Bronx, has been released by a federal court judge. Judge Colleen McMahon granted James' committee compassionate release, with his sentence reduced to time served plus 90 days. The judge's decision did not reverse his conviction. The judge called the FBI informant who recruited Committee most unsavory and a villain. In July of last year, Judge McMahon ordered the release of Committee's 3 co-defendants. The new more than 16,000 square foot Beacon City Firehouse is taking shape. Construction began last summer, and it will be completed in less than 11 more months, says Mayor Lee Kuriakou.
We're expecting to open it before the end of this year, and it's just about closed in now, which is very cool to see. And I think all of our wells for the geothermal are done as well. So, most of the work is going to start to move inside to start to do finish. So we're very excited about that.
The former main firehouse at the same location as the new one was 10,000 square feet inside. The new facility will include bays for additional fire trucks and ambulances. The city of Poughkeepsie's new mayor plans to keep the momentum going with the Children's Cabinet, a collaboration with the city's school district. Mayor Yvonne Flowers says she wants to work with school superintendent Dr. Eric Rosser to address ongoing concerns.
If our children are going through housing insecurity, they're going through food insecurity, they're dealing with mental health challenges and dealing with other things that are causing them not to be able to focus on their education, then you see a lot of our kids, as they get further in through the school system, they start to drop out.
And those are the issues Flowers wants to tackle. The Children's Cabinet was first formed with Rosser and former Mayor Rob Rollison, now a state senator. More news right after this.
Find over 100 retailers allowing you to spend hours shopping safely at the Galleria at Crystal Run. Enjoy the big brands and the diverse selection of family-owned stores all in one location. The Galleria at Crystal Run offers dining options for everyone with Fuji 110 Grill, Allen's Mediterranean Grill, and Peru Cuisine. Discover the Mid-Hudson Valley's premier shopping, dining, and entertainment destination, the Galleria at Crystal Run. For more information, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit GalleriaCrystalRun.com.
The Unification Theological Seminary Barrytown campus has been sold to an unknown buyer for $14 million. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Hudson Valley Properties announced the sale. The 260-acre property at 30 Seminary Drive in Red Hook was the home of Unification Theological Seminary's Barryville campus, founded by the late Korean-born Reverend Sung Young Moon, who died at age 92 in 2012. The real estate agency describes the property as comprised of a main seminary building of 118,000 square feet, as well as other structures. Moon was a controversial religious leader who said that when he was 16 years old, Jesus appeared to him, anointing him to carry out his unfinished work by becoming parent to all humanity. Dozens of members of Jewish federations of Ulster, Dutchess, and Orange counties thanked Congressman Pat Ryan for his continued work to free hostages still being held by Hamas, including Americans and families of Hudson Valley residents. The group presented a thank you letter with 400 signatures from local constituents to Ryan's staff at his Kingston office. The letter says the last few weeks have been exceptionally difficult for Jews both in Israel and worldwide. It said, as has been lamented many times, October 7th was the deadliest day for the Jewish people since the Holocaust. It said ghoulish images of non-combatants being kidnapped at gunpoint, women raped, infant children burned alive, and entire families massacred brings to mind the very worst atrocities committed in Nazi Germany. When longtime resident Jacqueline Dennison was sworn in as 4th Ward Councilwoman in Port Jervis on January 1st, she quietly made history by becoming the first person of color ever elected to the city's Common Council. Dennison, who turned 64 on January 21st, was born and raised in Port Jervis. She says she's very proud to be elected to serve on the Common Council of her hometown and to be a first. Yet she also feels there's no need to pay any special attention to race, religion, or other personal factors as she and others serve on the council. Dennison says she is, of course, proud of the distinction, but suspects the reason it took until 2023 to elect a person of color to the council is a simple one. My best guess, she says, is that nobody ran. Attorney Richard Girton, who has served for many years as Middletown City Court Judge, was administered the oath of office as Orange County's newest county court judge. The ceremony in Goshen was attended by several judicial colleagues, families, and friends. In his remarks, Girton said he is going to look at both the law and his faith to guide his decisions on the bench as he presides over felony criminal cases. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run.